Hi everybody, I am Husky Light. Right, day 3 of this fast. Now I'm sort of wrapped up in big baggy clothing at the moment because I have been experiencing chills, feeling cold. I think that is just a natural part of fasting, especially because I'm in the UK and it's still cold here and it's still pretty rotten weather as well. Yesterday, after I did my day 2 video from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon till about 8:30 in the evening, I could have probably eaten my own arm or my own hand or any my own big toe. I was absolutely starving, hungry, but I rode through it. I literally I had some counselling sessions with subscribers, sort of twin flame awakening help, which really helped me get through things. And also I found while I was doing these counselling sessions yesterday, I was getting very, very deep into the process and that I was also sort of opening up to them a little bit more about my experiences, to help them on their journey as well, on their spirit. And on a good point on that, actually, there's a new influx of, there's a new wave coming through of awakened beings that are coming through, which I just like, yay. And a couple of them that I spoke to yesterday were really young, probably early 20s. So that just like, yay, this is good. We're all waking up. There's more and more and more of us. So yeah, so for a few hours yesterday, a good few hours, I could have chewed my own arm off. My tongue is completely coated white, so I'm not going to show you. It's not very nice. But at the same time as all of this is going on, and I've had a few moments of going, ugh, feeling a little bit yuck, but at the same time that this is going on, I know that it's a really, really good thing, because I know that it's toxins that are coming out of my body. Now, I'm not just doing this for health reasons. I'm doing it as I want to unblock or get into also I'm practicing. This is a 3-day, and it's the first one I've ever done. I want to do another one within the next few days, and I want to start increasing them, because I want to get to a good point where I'm not only clearing out my physical body, but as spiritually I'm clearing out, I'm unblocking things, I'm going to deeper layers of my own spirituality, my own consciousness, getting into deeper layers that can hopefully unblock things that are stored within my body. Your cells and your muscles have memory. You know, they can hold the memory of trauma, they can hold the memory of things from past lives, they can hold all of that, and I want to get deep enough to be able to unblock that, maybe a little bit deeper, than maybe I can do with meditation at times. Also, when you are fasting, you are emitting DMT from your pineal gland, as well as melatonin. So there's a lot of benefits to this. Charlie, sorry. Why? I'm sorry, my daughter just walked in and completely put me off. Melanin, DMT, dimethyltryptamine. That is your, once you are producing that, when your pineal gland is clear and unblocked, that is more of a connection to your higher being, to your guides and angels, to the creator. That's what I am aiming for with this. This is a practice run. This is, there was a couple of points earlier on today when I wasn't hungry, and I did sort of think, shall I carry this on? shall I do this for a little bit longer? I'm not due to eat until tomorrow morning. Then it will be a full 3 days. And that's I've been sort of questioning myself, saying, am I strong enough to go on longer than this at the moment, or shall I stop it and then start it again in a few days, and sort of building up my experience of fasting. As I say, it's the first time I've ever done it, so it's all new to me. I've done all the research, I've watched all the YouTube videos, I have got as much knowledge as I can within myself to equip me to actually do this, and so far, touch wood, I'm doing really, and I've done well. I'm pleased with myself that I have actually done it, but I know that 3 days is not long enough to get as deep as I think I need to actually go. I don't think within 3 days I'm going to lose any parasites. You're talking a longer fast than that. The person that I was talking about the other day, who did it in a day and a half, and they were only tiny ones, but they were very lucky, very, very lucky for that to happen to them. So this is like this is a practice run that I'm trying, and I'm pleased with it, and it's good. It is good. I don't know if I've lost any weight. As I say, I don't have any scales, so I feel slightly thinner than when I started. But there is also the question of, what do you eat when you start eating again after a fast? And as far as I can tell, it's no good me jumping back into eating and going all out and going grabbing a Chinese. That was the other thing. Yesterday, when I went out, all I could see was food everywhere. Everywhere. Especially when I was starving. Every sign I looked at, everything, there was just food and McDonald's and this and that. Not that I like McDonald's and I do McDonald's, but it was just like throwing food at me. My son came home from Ireland last night, and he was starving, so I had to cook for him, which was just about the hardest thing that I've done through this, was to cook for others and not have it myself, even though I was absolutely starving to death. So I did really, really well, and I knew that if I rode that wave, I rode that wave of having that feeling that eventually it would. Apparently it does die down second or third day of any fast, and I'm into my third day and I'm not hungry at all in the way that I was yesterday, which is a good thing. So yeah, that was really hard, and I cut myself off, didn't I, because I was going somewhere else with this. Yeah, I can't jump back into going and grabbing a Chinese or being silly about what I'm going to eat when I go back to it. I need to, from the research that's been done, from what I know, you have to slowly start introducing food back in. And I don't think this matters whether it's just a 3-day fast, or you've been a 7-day fast or a 40-day fast. However long it is, your stomach has been empty for an amount of time. You know, your stomach has started to shrink, so you can't just go sticking any old thing in, and your body is going to grab whatever is taken in at this point as well. So I'm going to start off, when I go back to eating, on watermelon, melon, clear fluids, maybe a smoothie, just to start things rolling again and getting back to it. But I'm really pleased with the fact I've got an ucky tongue. My saliva feels thicker than usual as well. Yuck. But I know that it's toxins coming out. I know that it's good. I know that I am actually physically seeing the results of the fast. So for that, I'm very, very pleased with it. And I do feel there's still a little bit of lethargy there, tiredness. But I feel healthier within myself as well. And anything that makes me feel healthier, and anything that spiritually brings me closer to my higher self, to my guides and angels, is worth it, and it's worth doing. And we all talk about going inwards in order to strengthen our connection, and that's exactly what fasting is doing. It's going inwards. There's a lot of time when you are fasting. You shouldn't really be running around. You shouldn't be doing lots and lots of things. If you are doing it for health reasons and spiritual reasons, you should be resting as much as you can and not using up a load of energy running around when your body needs that energy to actually clear your body out, to get rid of the toxins within your body and to get rid of the gump that could be, has been there for years and years and years. So it's anything that we can go inward with is good. And meditation, I have meditated, and I had vivid dreams last night of bouquets of flowers and wedding cakes. Now, when I started the awakening, I had my own wedding cake business. So it was, and the flowers as well, with pink roses in the flowers, very, very vivid, very real to me within the dream. And it was a very positive dream, so it was all about success. It was about pureness. There's a pureness when you marry somebody. There's a newness to it. Flowers, there's a pureness to flowers as well. And there's joy and there's celebration. Usually within bouquets of flowers, you're usually giving them out in celebration for birthdays and weddings and celebrations, things like that. So it was a really positive, nice dream for me to have last night, and it spurred me on this morning when I woke up to carry on with things. So as a first experience, I think this is really, really good. I'm really pleased with myself, and I will be doing more in the future. And I will be getting more and more into this. It's not taking over or putting aside to anything else that I do. I'm hoping that this benefits what I do. I want my readings that I do to develop and get stronger over time. I want my messages coming through stronger. I want my abilities to strengthen and grow as time goes on. My healing abilities, my pre-cognizance, my psychic abilities, my mediumship qualities, all of that, my synchronicities, all of that obviously will grow and strengthen over time. And again, fasting can be one of those ways of actually helping it along. We are into the age of Aquarius now. We are shifting into the age of Aquarius. This is the water bearer. This is about, part of this is growing to a new awareness. Drinking water. Drinking more water than you've ever drank before, so that you've got a river running through you and you are clearing your mind, you are clearing your body, and you are moving up to a newer, higher vibration. And this just helps the process along with everything else that we do as well. So I hope this helps you a little bit. Yet there are some bumps in the road as you go along. There are, as I said, a few hours of starving, but you can ride it out. My stomach wasn't growling horribly. It was just that empty, hungry feeling. And it did get quite high, that feeling at times. But you can ride it out with a little bit of determination and will. Then you can do that, and you can. And what also helped me as well was watching lots of other videos on fasting and the effects of fasting, and what to expect and what to feel. And it gave me more willpower to actually ride it through as well. I definitely stayed away from videos about food or anything else. I think I told my son to go away a couple of times last night and this morning, just because every time he came to speak to me, he seemed to mention the word food. I was like, just go away. I don't need to know. I really don't need to know at this moment. So yes, done. done. I will start eating again in the morning. It is, I mean, it's only 3:15 here now in the afternoon, so I've still got until tomorrow morning to go before I start slowly introducing food back in, and I am going to do it with smoothies or fruit juice or fruit, watermelon, coconut, water, things like that, and introduce it back in that way, so that the first, the food that first goes back in is really, really healthy. It's really healthy. So, namaste. I hope this helps. And yes, I'll speak to you soon.